Hey, good evening everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this quick tutorial video on how we are going to use Roll20 for our Heroclix Justice League Unlimited pre-release taking place on Saturday. I'm going to step through a couple of utilities and things, and then if you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly via Facebook or contact the store Facebook page. To get started, the first thing I want to show you is actually going to be this link right here, which I will post to both the Heroclix Houston page and our store Facebook page. This is going to take you to these two folders that you see here. These are all of the images from the upcoming set of all the figures. So once you come in here, you can do this a couple of different ways if you want. You can download the entire folder, everything in the folder, so that you have all of the pictures, or if you just want to download the 10 figures that you got in your booster, or even just the figures that you're going to be using on your team. To do that, you simply click the button here and download, and that'll download a single image. If you click multiples, you click download, that is going to actually pull down a zip file to your local computer. And just a quick note, you will need a desktop or laptop computer for this. It's probably not going to work on a tablet. So pull those down. Like I said, if you pull down multiples, it's going to pull down as a zip, so you just need to extract those, and the built-in Windows File Explorer can do that. So you just pull down all the figures that you want, and then we'll go back to this folder here. I am still working on getting more maps, but currently I have the X-Men Dark Phoenix and the 2 Captain America maps, along with the 3 Rock 2020 maps as well. And then this was just something I was messing with. So pull down whatever maps you want, or if you want to pull down all of them, that's great too. So that's going to be step number 1. So pull those down. The next step, come on over to roll20.net. I apologize, I had some stuff open already, so let me back out of this. You are going to need an account for Roll20. And it is free, so no worries there. You will be receiving a link to this game right here. This is our kind of our pre-release lobby and our example for this video tonight. So when you get the link, you are going to be taken into here. And I'll already have this game launched Saturday afternoon as we're getting ready. I definitely recommend, of course, having your team ready. You're going to be able to buy your boosters early, so open them up, build your team, and have that ready to go when we start the game. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this game here. Everyone is going to congregate in this room first, so that we can kind of introduce ourselves, go over the rules, and then I will show you how we are going to get people matched up. So in here, this is just kind of our example map and so forth, and we can go through more of this again on Saturday as well. But the basic premise is you're going to come over here. We're going to do 2d6, and this is how you're going to roll for your game when you get paired up with your opponent as well. So that way there can be no accusations. That's the word I was looking for. Accusations of cheating on dice rolls. So you're just going to click these 2d6 right here. Or if you just need a 1d6, obviously you just select that one. So 2d6, rolling the dice. Okay, so shocker, I got a 6. I'm usually really good at dice rolls, I guess, huh? So once we get the dice rolls done, we'll pair everybody up. Then there are different games for each table that we're going to have. So based on the number of players will be how many tables we have. I will have some of the maps set up in there for you ahead of time, but if there's a map you wish to use that I don't have in there, I'm going to show you real quick how to go about setting that up, and then also how to use all the figures in your game. So you're going to click on this page toolbar right here. I don't know why I still have this untitled one sitting out here, but if there's a map you wish to use that we don't have yet, you're going to create new page. And you can change the name of it here. So let's, I'll call this one Savage Lands. And then you'll click this gear icon here. And we are going to, and I'll go ahead and have a blank page set up in each one of these, so you probably won't even have to do this bit. And then we'll hit OK. And then I'm going to click on this map. And I want to zoom this out so that I can see what I'm working with. Okay. When you get put into your table, I will be coming in and I want to make all the players in that match a GM. And what that's going to allow you to do is going to give you access to this button right here, the art library. It's going to be very important because you're going to need to upload your figures and your maps that you wish to use. So I'm going to click on that now. And I already have my folder structure set up, and this folder structure will follow you from game to game. So if you set this up one time, you'll be ready to go with it. So I've got mine broken out into figures and maps. You can do it however you like, but I'm going to choose maps for right now. If I had a map that I wish to use, I'm going to choose upload, and I'll choose file here. And I think I'm already in that folder, which is great. I'll just pick Bar Fighter just to have it. It's uploading. All right, so now you see that file is there in my recent uploads. It's not in my maps folder yet. That's because I need to click the maps header, and then I can drag this over to there. Now you'll see it's in my maps folder. Now, like I said, that folder structure will follow you around. So we are going to use Savage Lands. So that's this guy here. Actually, I'm going to click out of that. Savage Lands. I want to drag this over to here. Notice how it makes it a little teeny tiny square. Well, that's because it thinks it's a token. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that, and we're going to drag this out a little bit so that we can see it. Now, what we talked about in kind of working with this is that most players like to play more landscape style. So if you want to change the orientation of your map, you just click the top most blue button right here and hold it and drag it around until it's right there. And then I'm going to move this. Now here comes the tricky bit. We can get these squares to be a near perfect one-to-one match with the grid underneath it. What we need to do is we need to count the squares. So in this orientation, it's 24 squares this way and 16 squares this way. So you're going to have to count. And I do apologize for that. That's why I said I'll try and have as most set up beforehand as possible. But just in case you need to know, here's how we do this. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Drag it right here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 right there. And then do the same thing going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so there we go. So you can see it's pretty close to a match of a one-to-one. Now, the next thing you want to do so that you don't mess up your map state later on, you're going to right mouse click this guy and select layer and then choose map layer. So now that map is locked. You cannot move it, okay? And then of course you can zoom in. It's pretty good quality. I really like that. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is bring your figures in. So do your figures just like you did with your maps. You can upload. I'll go grab a new figure. And we'll go back into my figures folder here. Justice League Unlimited. We'll pick Batman. Okay, so he's been uploaded. Same deal, click on that folder, drag Batman into it. You can drag your figures right from here. Notice how when I drag my figures over, oops, I thought I grabbed the Green Lantern. There we go. It's automatically putting them in a square, and that is because we matched up the grid from the Roll20 map to the map that we uploaded, and it's now been locked, so it's pretty daggum close. So we'll put Green Lantern in my starting area, and Batman in my starting area, and you can place these obviously wherever you want. Okay, so a couple of notes about when you select a figure. You've got these 3 boxes up here. You could put anything in there really that you wanted to. Maybe you could indicate if he has a special power or something like that. Again, what we did in our example run on this past Saturday was we put the click number in that first box right there. So everybody's starting on click 1. So as you take damage, I'm on click 3 now. So that way, at least your opponent knows kind of what they're looking at when they're moving these figures across the board. Next, you're going to want to click on this gear icon here. And we want to give this character a name and select Show Nameplate. Now, because a lot of these figures have the same sculpt and slightly different paint jobs, they look very, very similar. I recommend putting in the piece number and then the character name. And then you can even put control by type. There we go. And save the changes on that. So now you can see, let's zoom in on that a little bit so you can see that it's Batman. Oopsie. So now you see that it is in fact 005 Batman. So now as you're going to be moving these characters across the board, so we'll say Batman's going to make a move here. Okay, click the little spyglass icon, and we've got some options here that you can select for some different icons and then also kind of some markers. So for example, we made a move action with him. We might want to mark him with an action token. And maybe he's got willpower and we're going to do a second action with him. Now he's going to have this and now he's pushed. So you've got ways of marking their icons or their action tokens, excuse me, with these different icons. If you were carrying a light object, maybe you mark it with a yellow. If he's carrying a heavy, maybe you mark it with a red. I leave that up to the players to decide how you want to track those things, but definitely come to a consensus before you start your game on what colors are going to mean what or what icons are going to mean. So you have some options here on things you can use. Maybe that's an action token. Maybe that's an action token. You've got options here available to you. And you could also mark them as dead. So there's that. And do that for all your characters. So the setup time, you can see that the setup is going to be a little bit kind of tricky at first, but I really think once you get the hang of it, it's going to start flowing a lot more quickly. Unfortunately, the names don't stay with the figures, so each game that you go into, you are going to have to set those up. I do apologize for that. But at least the images and everything will follow you from game to game to game. So you only have to do that one time. So that first game may take a little bit to set up, but once you get there, you should be golden. You are also probably going to want a HC Realms account so that you can have the units available to you and also these team up cards because they obviously are extras in the packs that we don't have images for. So, but at least this way you can see, okay, I know my opponent has the Flash, this number, whatever he has, 003 Flash. I know what powers he has. I know what special powers he has. So that should make the game flow a little bit easier. I think that's about it. Again, if you do have any questions on how to use any of these tools, any of these resources, please feel free to reach out to me. And I really look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. I think we can really make this happen. And for as long as we're stuck like this in these social distancing measures, I think this is a fantastic platform for us to be able to utilize. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you Saturday.